What's up, YouTube? It's Wiz here. As promised, I got an updated deck profile. This is the deck I would be taking to regionals, but unfortunately I didn't value, possibly getting sick again. Because last time I went to regionals, if you guys will check one of my old virtual world profiles, I got sick with COVID last time I went, so I'll go ahead and give you guys the deck profile though. We got one Fiendish Rhino Warrior to summon off of Tour Guide of the Underworld. I need to glare in that. Right there works better. And then for the unchained names, I'm on 2 Abominable Soul. So he has a really cool thing with the deck. When something's destroyed on the board, I can summon him from hand and kind of like block my opponent from really negating the other effect that's going to go off. And then for our 6s, we have Shivara and Shyama. Sadly, the red guy's at 1 because he's too good. If he was still at 3, then the deck would be busted still. So Aruha, he's another 3 of. Now, this build's going to be a little different. It's going to be more of, protect the castle / grindy unchained. So I'm only going to run one of each of the real bricks. And, cause, you really don't want to draw them. You more want to summon them off the traps and stuff. So, to round off the monsters, we got some hand traps and another part of the engine. So, 2 Droll and Lockbird, 2 Nibiru, and then 3 Ash Blossom. I feel like these are universally good versus a bunch of decks. And, I really don't like clumping up on hand traps. I like to use 3 Ash Blossoms because, it hits almost every deck. And then there's some decks that Nibiru just doesn't hurt. And same with Droll. So those are like the more, side out game 2 if you don't need them. These cards. Okay, so I've debated cutting these so many times it's not even funny. But every time I cut it, there's a situation in the tournaments where it comes up. So I honestly enjoy the package, but I don't at the same time. Like, it sucks if you don't see what you need. But then if you do see what you need, then it's really busted because it baits out hand traps. So, excuse me, I gotta take another drink. If you guys don't know, I don't have any teeth, and whenever I talk for a prolonged period of time, my mouth tends to dry up. So, let's finish off the deck. 2 Triple Tactics Talent. If I had Thrust, I would 100% run Thrust. This deck is... Talent is busted in this deck. It completely changed it for me. For the Unchained spells, we're on 3 Prison and 1 Souls. If you guys want to know more about this deck, basically every Unchained card, when it's destroyed, it does something, and most of them summon from the deck. So they all float. They all float down here, Georgie. Yeah. Okay, so 3 Imperm and then 3 Judgment in the main, because Judgment stops so much right now. It's very good in the format, and I like I said, I'm more trying to play control the board Unchained. So for the side deck, I'm gonna do side deck, then extra deck. My heart doesn't let me cut this guy from the deck completely. Like, I want to be able to go into him still, just because when you don't draw him, he's a brick if you draw him, and a brick is just a card. In any card game, a brick is just a card you really don't want to draw. So we got 1 Disaster in the side because he's very good for if I feel like I can cut a card in the main to put him in, I will cut a card in the main to put him in. But at the moment right now, I feel like the main deck is pretty solid where it's at. I still probably need to test it for a few more games, but I like it where it's at right now. Skill Drain, just because, it's one of those cards that you can side into, and if you draw it, it's a very powerful card. It takes the game back to Unga Bunga board state. So, basically it simplifies the game state. And then 2 Lightning Storms. for like go second cards, and then we're on 3 Lancia for Malice, 3 evenly matched, 3 D barrier, and 2 dark hole. I think dark hole was another really good card this format, just because it's simple. Destroy all cards on the all monsters on the board. It doesn't target, doesn't do anything besides blow shit up. So that's kind of what we're going for in this deck, is heavy destruction. Quit, Isabel. And then tokens, just in case I need a token. So the extra deck, let me organize it really quick. That way I can kind of just go through it pretty quick. Need to go back here. That goes back here. And then this goes up here. Alright. So for unchained stuff, 2 Yama, 2 Rage, 1 Anguish. I would play one more of him if there's more space, because there's a lot of times that you would prefer to go into him off of this rather than SP. And then Abomination. I cut him last week and I extremely regretted it. It was not worth it running the packages that I was running. Like, I had so much just rather ran him instead of the other stuff I was running. And then for the staples, we got SP Little Nut. Shout out to the homie. He just gave it to me. And then Muckracker for the Griffin Lock. The Griffin Lock is really good unless you're going against a deck that can go into links. Then they can out it pretty easily if they know what they're doing. Access code to steal games. The Nightmare package. Just sends something back and it pops a card on the board. Spell or trap. And then Underworld Goddess to out those problematic monsters that say, hey, you can't touch me. Well, this can. And then the DDD package, because these guys are busted. If you can make this guy and this guy, whenever you detach to negate a summon with him, this dude gains 1500 or 1800 attack, and it's permanent. So you can make him like a 6k body. Well, anyways, guys, that's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy it. I don't know if this video is going to come out backwards or what, but I'm still trying to work out, this working off of this tablet. So if I can flip the video around on YouTube, I will, but at the moment I'm recording upside down. So with that being said, Wiz out. Peace.